is fun. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I had a chance to go out to a demo day for Harley-Davidson. It was out about an hour and a half away from my house. I only had time to actually ride one bike, so I actually chose the Nightster. Looking at figured try something different than a Softail. Not really ready to go for a bagger, I don't think, and I thought it'd be kind of nice to try one of the smaller ones. I'm not a big fan of the Sportster S, just because of the big tires, but yeah, I think I talk about that in the test ride. So anyways, I'll play the test ride footage. Forgive me, I've never test ridden anything or reviewed a motorcycle before, so you'll have to forgive some of my giddiness while I'm out riding. and if you don't care about watching the ride at all, you can fast forward to this time frame and get my final thoughts on the bike. Anyways, hope you enjoy it. If not, I'll see you at the other side. Toggle through the things, RPMs, traction control. Third signal's all on one side. RPM. Shouldn't have wore different boots because it's hard to shift. Bar and mirrors. These handles are pretty small too. A lot of heat coming off of there. So your modes: sport, rain, road. I'm going to start in rain actually. What a weird riding position on this for me. No fob. Well, the fob's right there, so I don't know why it's telling me no fob. These controls are too small. A lot skinnier. I think I'm changing gears at the wrong set here. So I'm at like 3,000 RPM. The handlebars are so thin. I guess once you get used to it, it's okay. Now we were told there's cops up here, so I'm gonna keep her down in the rev range for a bit. Yeah, I gotta get it out of rain mode here. Let's see. Here's road mode. It's road mode. Let's see if it's a little bit better. Okay, let's see about road. Yeah, I'll keep it in road for a sec here. Oh, blinkers, let's do blinkers. Okay, well I can't judge the different modes yet. They're so small. Yeah, hey, it's so hard to get my feet in there.
These ones are really forward, but that means
no, but it's how tiny they are. These ones are like so tiny. My boot's too big for it.
Yeah, no, I think they really hit it.
Yeah.
Really
Oh, these ones are more mid. These ones are all right.
Right?
Yeah. It's a different riding style. Yeah, I'm switching way too early. I think this thing revs out at like 9 grand. This is fun. I should close this for you guys. I mean, this thing is fast. But it's weird fast. It's like it's hard to explain. Like the Softail, the M8 is like a kick in the ass, and this is just like a go, go, go. I'm going to, there, we'll do it in sport. Let's see what sport has for me here. Engine braking, not too bad. Oh, we're gonna stop here. That's okay. Yeah, I think there's a kit that you can move that back, but it's like $1,500. No, you'll like this one better. It's the mid controls. That's pretty fun though. Yeah. Okay, let's go sport mode. Let's see what sport mode's got for us. Woo! Woo! Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is fun. It's, I mean, obviously it's so much lighter than my bike. It's like 200 pounds lighter. And it goes. So it's a couple days later, and I have to apologize. When I was transferring the footage over to the computer, I messed up somehow, and I deleted half of the ride yesterday. Or actually, it was a couple days ago now. So I do apologize for that. I did talk a little bit more on the ride after I got a little more comfortable. So really my initial thoughts on the bike, I thought it was great. Again, a caveat, that was technically only my third motorcycle I've ever ridden in my life. I had the TW200 on my riding training course. I have this, and that's the third bike. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. So the positives of the bike, I'll start with. It's fast, it's fun, very maneuverable. Like I'm going from this bike down to that one. It's a good 200 pounds lighter, so it's just like it's tiny, right? It feels so tiny to me. So so you can do pretty much whatever you want with the bike, and no issues with it. It's very fast. The motor's nice and smooth. Now the ride modes I used, I started off in rain mode because I wasn't 100% sure of how it was going to take off and everything, right? So and plus the ride before me, there was before I went out, I was watching them go out, and there's a few people that stalled their bikes and, you know, and lurching and chugging forward, and I didn't want to be that guy, so I quickly got around that and went in the rain mode first to start off, just to make sure I was comfortable with it. But I know there's a few times I've heard other people talk about where the different modes don't do much on bikes. This one here, definitely it's a difference. It is a huge difference. And the best way I can explain it to you, rain mode feels like, let's say right now I'm in third gear, you know, I'm probably at about 3,000 RPM, but let's say I dropped it down to, you know, 2,000, 1,500 RPM, and try to, like here, and try to give it gas, it bogs out. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's just bogged out. So it's like a delayed reaction. You give it gas and it doesn't go. It's a delayed reaction to going, is the best way I can describe it. Road mode was similar, but not quite as pronounced as that. So it kind of seemed more of the way it probably should be, like just a regular one. Just pretty much basically how this bike would operate is kind of how the road mode felt for me. And then sport mode was really touchy. Not touchy where, you know, it wasn't unmanageable, but it was more throttle response. Like it was like you gave it gas, it went. which those ride modes, if you're an experienced rider, which by no means I am an experienced rider, but even having ridden for a year, like, you probably don't need the other modes. You could probably ride around in sport mode no problem and not have an issue. The other ones, if you're a new rider, oh man, those would be great to have. You know, it'd be a lot of forgiveness for any mistakes that you would make with the throttle. Because I even find myself doing that now when, you know, you hit a bump and you kind of give it a gas and let off, and, you know, it's still a little touchy, right? So it would forgive all of that kind of stuff if you're a new rider. So I thought that was great. The instrument, gauges are up here, which I think is great. You didn't see it because of the video, I deleted part of it, but it's great. Like, the way I have my GoPro mounted, it obstructs a little bit, not much in my eyesight, but looking down, like, I have to actually do this, look down that much to see my instrument gauge, my speedometer. Now, that's not the GoPro has nothing to do with that. I would just have to do that anyways with my helmet. I'm sure I could do it with my eyes if I didn't have a full face mask, but on that bike, it's right there. Like, it's right there. There's no issues. You can see it clear as day. It's a little smaller than this, but it's a similar style where it has the analog on the outside, and then a couple of neat features on the dash. Has the same kind of cycle plan through and everything. So it's kind of nice. I like the gauge a lot because it's kind of best of both worlds. You know, it has a little new age to it. Not a lot. It looks a little nicer than mine because mine's old, but yeah, the instrument panel's nice. Seating position, it's really mid controls. So it's right the bike's right underneath you. You're going, like, it's to me it's a great seating position. I'm only 5'9", so tall guys are going to have an issue with it. It's going to be a small bike. Even me at 5'9", it's a small bike. And really, that's the only knock I have on it, actually, is it felt like a toy. The biggest thing for me is the fact that it felt like a toy. And I don't mean toy and in like it was cheap or anything like that, but it felt like it was my 13-year-old son's motorcycle, and I jumped on it and went. That's the best way I can describe it. You would have saw, because I had it in the video, the biggest issues I had with it was the foot controls. I looked online and they said you had to wear all your equipment, so I wore my big motorcycle boots and like my Harley motorcycle boots, and it was so hard to get my feet underneath the shift lever and on the brake. I found a lot of times, like, I had to crank my foot in to get it onto the rear brake. And I know you're using your front brake, you know, 90% of the time anyways, but I'm one that I'm used to doing the rear brake because I like to stop and put my foot down, right? And like they teach you in the courses. So I always use my rear brake, so it's out of habit. I'm always looking for it, right? I always want to have it ready. But yeah, shifting gears, like, I actually had to think about it. A lot of times I had to think, okay, get my foot under, where with this I'm like, it's second nature now to me, right? But I mean, that could be any new bike that you're trying. You got to get used to it. So I mean, by the end of it, I was used to it. However, I think if I was ever to have that bike, I'd have to have smaller boots or get different like upgrade the shift levers and brake pedal and stuff like that. I know you can do so much to those bikes, right? So I would have to do something like that. There's the police. Good thing I'm going at a nice manageable pace. But yeah, overall, suspension was, I was surprised at the suspension. It felt a lot more comfortable than this bike for suspension wise. Like this this is a lot more comfortable riding, cruising, you know, like just the seating position. I think that one, if I rode an hour on it, I'd be feeling it in a lot of different places. But the suspension, like at the end of it, I wish I still had the film. I went at every single bump that I can find, every pothole I could find, and went over it, and it just absorbed them so well. I was actually surprised at how well the suspension handled it. I don't know any of the stats or anything on the travel and all that stuff. I thought it performed great. Like on this, I hit a bump, I feel it. On there, a lot of times I did not feel it. It felt fantastic. It was oh, what's this guy's deal up there with his lights? Is that police? Oh, he's probably fire. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. He must be fire. But yeah, overall, great, fantastic bike. Like I said, it's small. It's very small. But that might just be my perception of it, because I'm used to a bike like this, and only a bike like this. So, but my God, would I have a lot of fun on that. The guy who took us out, so that was also my first group ride too, so I had to, you know, try to learn how to ride in a group other than what I've seen on YouTube and stuff like that. So I had to learn that and the bike as well at the same time. So forgive me on that, but the guy leading the group, he got us up there just to keep up with them. We were up to about 120, 130 kilometers an hour, and the bike had no problem with it. I was right up there with the person in front of me had the what's that new one? The ST, the lowrider ST with the 117. I had no problem keeping up with that. And I bet you I had a better time going through the corners and everything. Well, probably not, I don't know. That bike's supposed to handle pretty good, so. But yeah, oh my God, was it ever fun. I could definitely see that as like a local commuter type bike. I don't think I'd ever take it on a long tour or anything, but just booting around, having fun on it. Like I said, it's like a little toy. It's you jump on it and go. The speed of it, like I keep trying to, I've been thinking about it the past couple of days and how to kind of describe the power in it, because to me it's a lot faster of a bike than this. It's like, no doubt, it's a lot faster, even with only the 975. The thing goes like steak, but like the power that this has is like completely different. Like this one here is like, you know, like just a kick in the ass and let's go. It's like, I don't know, like a herd of buffalo almost, where the other one is like you're on a stallion just going, right? It just wants to go. So it is different power, but man, it's a quick bike. Very fun. For new riders, I think, I don't know, maybe you would want even a smaller bike, but to me, it's a small enough bike, low center of gravity. And with those, with that rain mode, if you're a beginner and you jump on that rain mode would, oh my God, that would definitely help you guys out learning to ride a bike. I guess the only real issue with it is the cost of it. I mean, you can get a beginner bike a lot cheaper than what you're going to pay for the Nightster. So that would be a detracting thing there. So, but anyways, thanks for watching. Sorry for cutting off that video. I wish you could have seen more of it. Brakes too, I thought were fantastic. I don't even remember if they're dual disc or regular, but stopping power, no issues. Again, it's a light bike, so I wouldn't expect it to have a hard time stopping anyways. But yeah, anyways, you guys have any questions about it, let me know. I'll try to answer as best I can from having ridden pretty quickly. The other thing were the bar end mirrors. Man, you can really see a lot with those things. Those are kind of nice. I like them. I don't know if I like the look of them, but they work really well. Anyways, I swear, this is it. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.